About a month and a half ago, when we first had the White House gate crashers at that party, I've really learned to respect Webster Tarpley's deep analysis. He said that off of that story and a bunch of others, the way they were written, that they were preparing the public for the idea that Obama isn't safe inside the White House. Not from people that sneak into parties and the 2 or 3 security breaches they've had, which they've done the statistics on. That's normal. It's about on par for how many they normally have. But this was being obsessed on to introduce the idea of an inside coup. And that this was a veiled threat against Obama. And I've seen so much of what he talks about come true that I respected it. We're going to get Tarpley on the next few days to talk about this, but I put it on kind of the back burner thinking about it. And then I started, well, over the last year, seeing all these staged events where they get meth heads or ex-cons and set them up and claim that they were going to attack Obama, and they find some drug head white supremacists who said they were going to, wear white tuxedos with white top hats and play ZZ Top and go kill him, and just all, they found a lot of nuts to kind of introduce that idea as well. And that dovetails in with the MIAC report, the Homeland Security reports, and others. So I saw that going on. And then just knowing how they operate and what they do and a lot of other ingredients to their modus operandi, I then started seeing the globalists say, look, your presidency is over and you're going to get impeached or not even get reelected if you don't launch a new war. That's the only way to save yourself. And we had previous neocon articles about how great 9/11 was and how he did another 9/11. And that's what Glenn Beck's all about, the 9/12 Project, the day after 9/11, that feeling we had of wanting to nuke people, of wanting to torture, of how we came together under a big lie of fraud. That's what he wants to re-invoke. So everything is about that. And they hate the 9/11 Truth Movement because they track and read and have the aggregate systems online with Google and the NSA. They know that 9/11 Truth is actually growing. I hear it on talk radio. I see it on the web. More and more evidence comes out. It just grows and grows. It's been depoliticized now that Bush left. A lot of conservatives are now looking at it and learning about false flag. What's one of the only false flags they've got that can make Obama a victim? Try to, and I've seen this going on for a decade, merge the idea of militias and constitutionalists working with Muslim extremists. What's the only way to do that? And somehow tie that into the radical left and be able to sick Homeland Security and Northcom on the American people. What is the only way they're going to be able to do that? By staging a fake assassination attempt on Obama where he survives or where he is wounded. What was it, 10 years ago? It even came out in the mainstream news that the Taiwanese president staged a shooting of himself in a parade, and it turned out they just set off some firecrackers and then they put a little cut on his side during an election. I mean, this is what they do. Different Roman emperors would stage assassination attempts on themselves as a pretext to crack down on people. The czars would do this. Saddam Hussein did this under U.S. direction in 1979 when he got power. That's how he arrested his political opposition. So we know that's in the playbook of the CIA and other governments. And then I went ahead last night and this morning and searched the term on YouTube of assassinations planned on Obama. And I found Glenn Beck, Sean Hannity, and others. That's clearly a talking point that they've now got, saying his White House is infiltrated with 9/11 truthers, and they're going to try to kill him. And the anti-war movement, they're going to try to kill him because he's expanding the wars, while they give him left cover, criticizing him for not starting enough wars. So it's a balancing act to re-energize the left-right paradigm. At the same time, claiming they're not part of the left-right paradigm, that they're anti-establishment, as if Roger Ailes and Fox News is anti-establishment. And they're dovetailing their propaganda in Newsweek and Time Magazine with Beck. Beck says, I'm a patriot, but then criticizes all the real patriot groups. And then Newsweek and Time attack Beck and mix him in with Alex Jones and Ron Paul because they're discrediting Beck from the left angle, so the left doesn't like me, and then Beck attacks myself and others so that the right wing doesn't like us because we're the real bona fide patriots here who understand the tools of statecraft and manipulation that are being used against us. So I'm going to play this Glenn Beck clip. I'm not going to play the whole 8 minutes. It's up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com in the article titled, A Meeting, a Message to Glenn Beck, What Are the Dangers of 911 Truthers? And Paul Watson's doing a giant breakdown of this. Now, remember, I told you 9/11 was going to happen 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, a month before. I said they'll blow up the World Trade Center, blame it on their asset of Osama bin Laden. How did I know that? I saw the preparation in the media introducing bin Laden, telling you he's going to get you, Rand Corporation saying when the attack comes, we're going to take your rights, we're going to federalize for your own good, we're going to launch wars, we're going to go into Iraq. Now you know about the oil meetings. 1 month into office in 2001, in February with Cheney. They were already planning all this and talking about a big staged event. A year before that, in the Rebuilding America's Defenses, September 20th, 2000, Cheney wrote about giant Pearl Harbor level events to launch their new world order. And then there's a lot of other evidence goes into it, but in the balance of time, in the interest of time, just simplifying it, boiling it down, rendering it down to its basics, this is a perfect false flag to demonize domestic groups that are against the war, torture, big government, and to demonize 9/11 Truth, which the White House own Cass Sunstein says is their #1 enemy. What Congress under Bush said was their #1 enemy. It gives them the pretext to censor the web, to push through their whole agenda and launch a new war. So they're going to have a staged assassination attempt of Obama in the next year, probably sooner. They may have multiple staged events that build up. He may even be wounded. They may even kill him, to then make him a sacrificial lamb to where who's left in his administration, Joe Biden and others, can do whatever they want with wars, with domestic crackdowns, with the riots that will start if they blame it on a Tea Party / 9/11 truther. And I've seen them following this script, getting it ready, building it out, getting everybody ready. So I'm telling you, in their hand, they've got the war with Iran, they've got nukes, they've got bioweapons. He signed the executive orders for that. They've got fake hack attacks on the internet, infrastructure as a pretext to take it over. But the biggest card I see them playing in their fist, their ace of spades, is to stage an attack on Obama. And they are getting ready for this to demonize the opposition and bring in a massive crackdown. And I already was worried about this, but I didn't want to come on air. I wasn't 100% sure. But after I've seen what Glenn Beck has had to say and others, clearly they are threatening him. They are menacing him. They are letting him know we can get to you and we will blame it on the opposition. And Obama's like, but this is political suicide to launch more wars and have another banker take over bailout. And they're saying, you will do this and we will save you. You attack Iran, we will get you reelected. Sarah Palin even said that. You know, will I run against him? Will he lose? Depends if he attacks Iran like he needs to, like I think he should. He needs to declare war. He needs to play the war card. Those are quotes. Now, you can be caught up in Rush Limbaugh'ism or Sean Hannityism or Barack Obamaism. It's like I told you, foolish Barack Obama supporters, you're being played. And I'm telling Glenn Beck, Republican Party, Tea Party Nation people being played, you need to wake up and realize that you're the target of Homeland Security. You're the target of Northcom. You are the target of all of this. When Bush was in office, when Clinton was in office, and now that Obama's in office. So the false flag is kill Obama or wound him or try to kill him, but they need to probably at least wound him to get people rioting, to get everybody at each other's throats, and then they're going to blame it on Islamicists tied in with a Tea Party 9/11 truther. Now, that doesn't exist, but I've seen them beginning this history, this false history, this ledger, this cutout. I've seen them with their fake Al-Qaeda spokesman that they upload with the Intel Center and the same Al-Qaeda logo as the Intel Center logo saying Al-Qaeda. And there's the grandson of the former head of the ADL, Adam Gadon. we work with your militias. We're going to release anthrax. We're going to attack you. We're going to go after your president. We're going to do this. See, Al-Qaeda is a cutout. They attach to whoever they want to attack. Iran, Iraq, the American people, Yemen. It is a wholly created government creation to do this. We're going to go to break, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to start playing this clip. And he covers so much. I mean, this is definitely written by Army PSYOPs. This is definitely psychological warfare. This isn't somebody just reading talking points off a teleprompter.